Gaurav Madden. Storytelling first came through his life as a child in India, with the stories of his mother and grandfather. Later in Africa, as he shared a space with a Nigerian student, he discovered the stories that they both had in common. It was the beginning of a journey. From being a computer engineer to an oceanographer, he follows the flow of the ocean to study climate change, traveling from one place to another and connecting with people and stories. As Vamana, the dwarf in Hindu mythology, concurs with the world in 3 steps, Gaurav travels between Canada, India, and Europe. He embodies the paradox of not belonging anywhere but belonging everywhere. For him, storytelling is a way to express gratitude. Today, Gaurav joins us from Oslo. The story he's going to share is the Big Birthday Kidnap, an Indo-Canadian personal story with how a simple jog can lead to an incredible experience. And now I would like to introduce Cheda to introduce Gaurav. En français.
Merci. Alors, notre prochain conteur, Gaurav Madan, a grandi en Inde, entouré d'histoires grâce à sa mère et à son grand-père. Et plus tard, adulte, il est devenu océanographe et il voyage entre le Canada, l'Inde et l'Europe. Et partout où les courants de la mer l'emmènent, il aime connecter avec les gens et les histoires après sa journée de travail. Il vit un paradoxe, il n'appartient à nul endroit et à partout à la fois. Je connais ça moi aussi. Et pour lui, les histoires sont une façon de partager une profonde gratitude. Et aujourd'hui, il nous raconte d'Oslo, une histoire personnelle où il faisait du jogging et une expérience incroyable lui est arrivée. Alors, Gaurav, à toi.
Thank you very much. So, every year on my birthday, I run for as many hours as my age. So, when I turned 26, I decided to run for 26 hours in the beautiful mountains of Sahyadris in central India, near Mumbai, all by myself in the middle of monsoons. Perhaps the worst time to be there. But it's not that I had choice. I was born during the monsoon at the end of July. Well, when the entire country was flooded in the rain of monsoons, my mother decided, let's add one more human to die in this flood. So let's begin. As you can hear, there's a drone playing in the background that will continue to play throughout the story. So, yeah, let's begin. Na der der Chaitanyam sarvabhutanam vivritam jagadadmani nada brahma tadanandam advitiyam upasmahe. Nad Brahma is the center, and music is the soul of this universe. Music, in the far distant echoes, is what I'm listening to as I stand in the middle of this road made of gravel, climbing up a mountain close to midnight near the city of Mumbai in central India. It's raining. The music is coming from a village on my right. As I continue to move forward on this road towards the main highway that connects this village to the rest of the state, I hear a few dogs barking. I adjust my glasses in rain so I can see and keep my eyes glued on the ground and behind as well to see the dogs before they find me under the light of my headlamp. As I'm trying to find my way out, a bright light shines in my eyes from the front. 5 men charge at me with their torches. One of them, nearly twice my size, grabs me from my shoulder and asks me questions in their local language that I do not understand. Hindi is my language that I speak. I offer them all the money I have in my pocket and plead to let me go, but they are not listening. Probably they are not even understanding. After a physical and verbal struggle for what seemed like a lifetime, they instruct me to follow them to their village. I am exhausted, thirsty, hungry, have some bad blisters in my feet. I've been running since morning. There are 5 grown men and me barely 5 feet all by myself. I can't fight back. So I surrender. Confused, 1,000 miles away from my home, I think I am at a very wrong place at a very wrong time. I think this is the end. They take me to a religious ceremony and make me sit next to a massive fire among over 100 people who are howling and waving their hands in the air and dancing to the tunes of that music. In my head, I'm scripting stories of as in Pirates of Caribbean, where I'm tied to a pole with the ropes and they will roast me over the same fire for the supper. As I sit there confused, I contemplate on my future from this point, and I think how I got here in first place. Heavy rains, clouds crashing on peaks, overflowing dams, washed off roads, if you can call them one, and merciless humidity of central India when it's not raining. That is all I have battered in the past 15 hours since I left my home in the student housing of university to make it to this place 100 kilometers away. Bhor, a village at the base of the mountain I am to climb to watch the sunrise on the morning of my birthday. The mountain we call Varanda Ghat is bright lush green with about 1,000 gushing waterfalls. It's a paradise. It rains for 4 months non-stop. I started early in the morning with a bag that had water, some food, first aid kit, a dumb phone, a rain jacket, some printed copy of Google Maps to find my way, and a compass. And now here I am, sitting in a corner, maybe preparing to be roasted on that fire and die. Soon, the ceremony is over. Their leader walks up to me and asks questions in Hindi that I understand about my identity, my whereabouts, what am I doing in the middle of nowhere at such wee hour, and where I want to go. I take out printed copies of Google Maps and the compass and explain to them everything, how I got lost in the woods, in the rain and the darkness, and how I had to swim across the river to get on the other side of the mountain, how I followed light and music from their village to find my way to the highway so I can walk up to Varanda Ghat, how it is my birthday in next few minutes, and that is how I celebrate. They are laughing in disbelief. I'm not sure what they are going to do next. They offer food and instruct me to go to a dark room on the other side of the building. They will see me in the morning. As I eat the food, which is chapati, the Indian bread, lentil soup, rice with mango pickles, and raw onions with some salt on the side, others leave the building and lights are turned low. After finishing the supper, I enter the dark room, room 101, and turn on the lights. As I turn the lights on, I see a makeshift bed in the center and thousands of rotting old books stacked up in metal shelves around me. It's a library. All the books are in their local language. That, by the way, I can read. I can read Marathi, but I do not speak or understand. Because it's very similar to Hindi when you write. After spending some time browsing, I pick up an old joke book, red in color with torn corners, remove my shoes and settle myself in the bed. A few minutes later, someone knocks at my door and I immediately turn the light off, pretending I am sleeping. A few seconds later, the knocking goes longer and heavier, louder. Lazily, I get out of bed, open the door, rubbing my eyes, pretending to be asleep. And as I lift my head to see who is at the door, they shout, "Happy birthday!" These are the kids from 6 to about 14-year-olds with the old man I met earlier. They have a plate in their hand with wheat pudding in the center made into a shape of a cake with a candle on the side. Kids run past me, gather around the table, and start singing birthday carols in their local language. It's past midnight. It's my birthday. My phone is ringing. It's my family. But I am sobbing in tears and do not pick up. We sing and dance for about 2 hours, till 2 in the midnight, before they all leave. But the old man, he stays. And we talk for about another hour or so. He explains this place is an orphanage, home to these kids who have either lost one or both of their parents, or they are imprisoned, or they simply can't afford education. He's the director. The enormous religious ceremony was their monsoon festival to pray to gods for better rain for the remaining months. When the kids got to know about my birthday, they insisted on cooking the wheat pudding so they can celebrate with me. He then explains how the woods have a man-eater leopard who killed 2 of the villagers from the nearby town last week. And it's best if I leave in the morning so I do not become the next bait to that leopard. I didn't sleep that night and left before sunrise, before anybody woke up, leaving behind a thank you note written in Marathi on a page, and this story. Thank you.